Hey folks, today we're looking at the Kahr TP45. This is overlooked, I think, in most circles. People talk about Glocks, 1911s, and most of the other popular guns, Walthers, SIGs, get most of the conversation time. I got my hands on this a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, something like that. And I've been shooting it, and it really does a good job. People have different preferences when it comes to how a gun fits your hand, how a pistol fits your hand. Some people get used to, learn on, and stick with a Glock and that slightly increased grip angle. I never got used to that. That was never my cup of tea. The first pistol I ever shot was a .357 Magnum Blackhawk. I'm guessing I was about 10. And it's just been, well, downhill from there, I guess. So Glock's never really, I'm not anti-Glock. I just never was able to get over the sight picture when I go to bring that pistol up. It doesn't work right for me. I could train myself through it, but it's not something I'm going to do. I don't have the interest. It's not really my thing. They're good guns. I'm not knocking them at all. They're just not for me. They're not for my hand. But yeah, onto the Kahr. So you're looking at a single stack 45 ACP. Magazine is 7+1. And the TP versions, the premium line of the Kahr handguns, you get three of these in the box, so they don't skimp you on magazines. The gun is super narrow. I mean, as narrow as a 45 can be. And they're not pretty. I mean, classically. But the beauty in these things is just the way they sit in your hand. Like it just feels really good. Lots of control, you know? And there's something beautiful in that, in the way it points. It points a lot like a 1911, but the grip is so much smaller. It's not so small that it doesn't fit your hand, or you feel like you're holding onto a popsicle stick. It's just right. That texturing is super aggressive on there. You can see it right here when it's shadowed out, but it's pretty gnarly stuff up there. And I don't know, it's a really good gun. I picked this one up, like I said, a few years ago. The price was right. I mean, sometimes I think I paid under $400 for this one when I picked it up. And for the price, man, I mean, I think I would pay, if you couldn't find these for less than $600, I think I'd still pay $600 for one of these. They are that good, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, just the way they feel in your hand is pretty phenomenal. Of course, opinions are going to vary, you know, like anything. Points a lot like a 1911, just the grip isn't quite as big. there's some cross compatibility with 1911 magazines. I forgot which way it goes. It's not universal. I forgot if I can put this magazine in a 1911 or a 1911 magazine in this. I forgot which way it goes, but one of the two works. Not that, I mean, you get 3 of them. Not that you need to, but if you get a pile of 1911 megs, you know, might be more beneficial to you. A few of the specs real quick. It's a stainless steel slide, stainless steel barrel. It's got polygonal rifling like the Glocks had before they went to what they have now, the marksman barrel. It's super accurate. I mean, it's not like, it's as accurate as I am. Let's put it that way. I can't shoot as accurately as the pistol can. The recoil, while it is there, it's pretty tamed because you get such a good grip on it. You can really get your fingers on there, you know? And I like to get it as high as I can. You can really push down with your pinky. You're not struggling to get an extra finger on there. It's just right. What else? 4-inch barrel. Like I said, it's 7+1. This one is cleared. Yeah, I think it's a ugly somehow, but somehow also beautiful pistol. I haven't had any hang-ups with this one. I don't know how many hundreds of rounds I have through it. I don't really keep track. I shoot the things. I don't keep score. People talk about them having a breaking period. When I got this one, I stripped it down completely, went over every little piece with a Q-tip and got it really clean. They had some factory shavings and stuff up on the inside, firing pin channel, and the striker up in there. I think that's where any of the reliability issues might be coming in, because this one hasn't had any at all. Never a failure. Not that it won't someday. Everything mechanical eventually fails. But so far it's been great. The difference between, I'm sure you already know if you're watching this, but the difference between the premium line and the value line, the CW, CT, whatever, you're not going to get this milling channel here. It's going to be a stamped model number on there. The car is going to be stamped on. But like I said, for the price that these are going for sometimes, these TPs, it's hard not to just step up. Oh, and you get a forged pin here instead of a metal injection molded pin, which may or may not make a difference. MIM is good stuff. Yeah, this thing shoots great, carries great. That's the thing. When I picked this up at the time, I was carrying a PX4 was my main carry, and that was just a little fat for me. I still carry the thing a lot actually, but at that time, I think it was summertime, I was wearing t-shirts, sitting at Applebee's, and I got my PX4 sticking out of my hip. You know, you got to make sure you sit with your hip to the inside wall, and it was just, not that I even care if people see it, but my wife was getting kind of weird about it at the time. She's good now. Now she's got her permit and things are looking up. But so I picked this up. Price was right. I was kind of curious about it. And man, it carries flat. It's so thin. I mean, it's ridiculously thin. Like I said, this is pretty much your average 1911 magazine right here. And it's not a whole lot thicker than that magazine. It's pretty sweet. I have a size large hand, and it's not extra large. I don't have giant gorilla mitts, but I wear large gloves. I wear large shop gloves, latex gloves. I can squeeze into a medium, but it's pretty tight. Large is where I'm at. I would say I'm on the 20 lower 25% of large, and this just fits my hand perfect. It's so good. My dad, he's 70 something years old now. He's got mitts. He's got extra large hands, and the bottom of his pinky is sitting right there. You know, so add a finger, add about a pinky onto what I got. So it actually, he just about starts running out of hand space on this thing. And this isn't a small gun. Like I said, it takes full-size 1911 mags. So he just has huge hands. But if you can get your hands on a 1911 and that feels good, then this is going to feel good too. It has the same angle, the same grip angle as a 1911, which I really like because my eyes just pick that up immediately. What else? It's got the Kahr trigger. Like I said, if you're watching this, I'm sure you already know all about this. But it's a striker similar to a double action only revolver. Much smoother, unless your revolver's had some work done to it. But yeah, she's empty. But when you snap it off, it's push, push, push. It's super smooth. All this is super smooth. It doesn't stack or build. It just push, push, push. And right at the very back, right there, it snaps. Then the reset is all the way back out, right to the very tippy end. Now if I let go, you'll see how much further it can go forward before it snaps. So right there's where it reset. That's all the further it'll go out. But it's super easy to, it's a good trigger. I like it. I actually prefer this over a Glock. As far as the trigger itself goes, Glocks are nice and clicky if you're into that sort of thing. This is just super smooth. It's a good thing. Steel sights, forward and back. They're milled in, so you can push them out and replace them with whatever you want, really. I don't know. If you haven't tried it, they're definitely worth a try. You might be quite surprised how good they actually are. When I carry this one, this is the only holster I have for it, right here, because it was just instantly awesome. This is a crossbreed. I think they call it a snapslide. Form fit, slides right in. You can adjust the retention by heating it up. Right now I'm not wearing it, so I don't think it would hold it upside down. No, it won't. But it's because I'm not wearing it. When you put it on, it bends a little bit and it increases the retention. I haven't had any issues with it at all. This thing just disappears on you. It's really good. I like it a lot. So I carry this a lot. It's a thing of beauty in its function. I really like it. And as a bonus, a 1911 will slide into this holster pretty good. The retention isn't quite as good as on the Kahr that it was made for, but it'll double as a 1911 holster in a pinch. Yeah, that's about it. Any questions? Message the video. I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye now.